lovelies. So today we're going to focus on Psalm 91, verse 10. If you have not checked out my series, this is actually a little Bible study series. We're studying Bible. We're actually studying Psalm 91 verse by verse each day. So today is verse 10. So far we did the first 9 verses and we have 7 more verses to go until we reach verse 16. At the very end, I'll have a awesome video for you guys as to how you combine all of this meaning to create your very own prayer using the word of God, which is absolutely amazing, which is something that we need to do. Yes, we need to memorize the words, we need to know the words, but actually what is so powerful is actually praying the word and actually having it part of your life. You know, this is for us, and it is important for us to have it have it as part of our life and actually mull over it. It actually reminds me of Psalm 1 and 2, how it states that it's so important for us to take the time to study the word and get to know the word even better. And I like using the Blue Letter Bible app as an additional tool to help me better understand the Bible. So I know this is a year for me to understand the Bible on a whole nother level, because I already read the whole entire thing. So now it's like, okay, Lord, what's next? And now it's all about deep diving and getting to know the word even better and dissecting it and mulling over it and having a better understanding as to what it is. I hope this video and this series help you out better understand Psalm 91 and understand how powerful it is, and why it's a prayer, not just a prayer. Sorry, it's a song that we need to state. That we need to state for protection, because I know this psalm is one of the many psalms my mom gave to me to recite before leaving to go home. So, as well as before going to sleep, or there was one psalm that we use for traveling and stuff like that. When you're going somewhere, I know, like, I will always like pray to myself, and sometimes I feel led to let me take the Bible out. I had like created my own little bookmark, my old car that got crashed. I forgot to take out the Bible before before it became a total loss. But that's another story for another day. But I always recited that song because it was really important to me, and it was really good. It's really good. I need to go get another small little Bible. That Bible, I had it since my freshman year of college, because there were some people who were giving out free Bibles, and I took it. It was a small little Bible, and it was the perfect size, and every card that I had, it was in there. So now I'm like, I have my new card, and I don't have my small green Bible. I miss my little green Bible. That's the best Bible, and whoever buy my card, they will have the Bible in there, so they will be blessed, and it'll be bookmarked to state that protective prayer. I'm just saying, you're lucky. All right, never mind. I need to stop being so silly. And let's focus. All right, so I don't think I introduced myself. Sorry. So my name is Stefania, and welcome to my channel, where you will find faith-based content, lifestyle, and everything school site. So right now, majority of my content is really faith-based because that's what I'm led to do right now. I have been studying Psalm 91 the beginning of the year for the first 21 days. And then I was led to actually use the Blue Letter Bible to dissect Psalm 91 even more. And during that journey, God was like, why don't you share the information that you learned? And that's what I'm doing. So we're getting into this, which is going to be great. All right, so verse 10 is, remember, this is the New King James Version that I have. Verse 10 states, no evil shall befall you, nor shall any plague come near your dwelling. Okay, so we have certain words are defined as no. No is defined as not, no, without, nothing, before, in parentheses, before of time or creation. Okay? The next part, remember, like the translation is in the New, not the New King James, in the King James Version, even though I just stated the New King James, but this Bible app stay in King James. For me, when I use the New King James Version, but it's okay. All right, so the next part of the verse, there shall befall. So that means to meet, encounter, approach, be opportune, to allow, to meet, cause to meet, to be sent. We have be allowed to meet, to seek occasions, cause oneself to meet. Okay, then we have our next word, which is D, which means to, toward, onto, into, in, among, against. All right, and parentheses, we have motion or direction of a hostile character. So that's the part for against. Okay, the next thing we have in addition to, we have also the word to, concerning, in regard to, in reference, according to. All right, our next word is evil. So the word evil means bad, evil, disagreeable, unpleasant, displeasing. Worse than, worse, and then in parentheses will be comparison, sad, unhappy. Okay, and then our next word in this verse is any plague. We have stroke, plague, disease, mark. I put down for stroke an arrow, wound. So for stroke, wound. So you're gonna be strike or stroke with a wound. All right. So the wound is in parentheses. It's a metaphor for disease. Okay. And then the word mark, I put parentheses, leprosy. Okay. So if you're marked during that time period, like when they have a skin disease, you know that their skin look kind of funny. It looks as, I don't know how to describe it. Maybe it has like bumps and it just oozing. And of course, anyone who have a skin disease, they were ostracized from the society, and people don't like to be them because they were considered to be unclean. Okay, so the next thing is shall, come nay. Shall means come closer. To come nay, the whole phrase. Come closer, to come near, approach, enter into, draw near, brought near. Okay, so the next one we have thy dwelling, which is tent, a Norman's tent, symbolic of wilderness, life, dwelling, home, habitation, sacred tent of Jehovah, the tabernacle, in parentheses. All right, so now let's take all of these definitions and we're going to put them together and put it in our own words so that way we better understand the verse. So pretty much what we're doing is we're paraphrasing the information. Kind of like when I was a teacher, teaching the students how to take text evidence and then explaining it in their own words. So that's what we're doing. We're taking our text evidence, which is the verse 10, and we're going to explain the meaning of this verse as to why it's very important. Okay, so this verse right here, I took the time to put all these definitions together to get this statement right here, which is nothing evil shall approach before me, nor any kind of disease shall come close to my home, which will encompass the sacred tent of Jehovah, the holy tabernacle. And then I put in parentheses, my body, which is the temple of God. Boom. So yeah. All right. Something I do want to show is that in the very beginning, we have in the verse, let me see, 1,000 will fall by your side hand. That's not it. It was about diseases. Verse 6. verse 6, where it's nor the pestilence that walks in darkness, nor of the destruction that lays waste at noonday. So nor will I be afraid of any plague or pestilence that creeps in the darkness, both in physical and spiritual realms, nor will I fear destruction for natural disasters that leaves a trail of devastation at noon. And then when we continue on, all the way to the verse that we just covered, verse 10, it just gives you, this is the reason why. The reason why has to do with the fact that nothing evil will approach me, because the reason why that's not going to happen, within my dwelling place, the place that I am dwelling in is holy. This is the place of Jehovah. This is the place, the tent of Jehovah, where we have the holy tabernacle resides. It just reminds me of how the Jews were given the Ten Commandment, and they had it in its own tent. And because it came from God, it was considered very holy. It's very precious, so it stayed there. So they had a tent just for God. And not only that, I'm reminded of how different tribes of the Jewish people had different roles. So you have the Levites, which is the Levites. They were the only ones that were required. They were chosen by God for them to be the only one to carry the tabernacle. If anyone else carry it, they will die. And in the Bible itself, it states someone from a different tribe touched it and died. Because that person did not come from that tribe. They were not granted the permission to have this holy position at that time. And also the Levite was known as the priest for the Jewish faith, for the Jewish people. So it's kind of good to take the time to study the Bible to get more information from that. But that just came to me while I was reading my my explanation of the evidence. Okay. But yeah, it's just really, really good to do that. I really do encourage you to take the time to read the verse for yourself throughout the day, study it, mull over it, understand it. If you want, definitely check out Psalm 1 and 2. I don't know if it's in Psalm 1 that states that it's so important for us to take the time to study the Bible, or it's Psalm 2, but I know it's one of those two Psalms, because those are the two Psalms that stands out from the other Psalms, because the other Psalms all follow a certain theme, and those two are very unique. Because one actually talk about like the history of King David and his faith, and then the other one just talk about like the importance of building a relationship to God, and the importance of taking the time to study the Word of God. So I feel like this is the year that we need to honestly take the time to study the Word of God in a whole new way. A whole new way. It's totally different. I challenge you, take the time to download the Blue Letter Bible app and try it out. Like if you want to try it with me while I get these words and put it together, and if you feel encouraged to do so with other scriptures in the Bible, then do so. I would say start with the gospel, because that's very easy to read and it's very relatable, and we already have prior knowledge of that. And then using the Blue Letter Bible app to help you better understanding will be even greater for you to understand, like, okay, what is the teaching? What does God mean about the kingdom? How should I pray? Like when he gave us the Our Father, that is like a structured prayer as to how we need to petition our prayer to God. I mean, I will have to say there is a lot of people out here teaching, including me. I'm the new kid on the block, but I feel like Dr. Miles Monroe is the person to listen to. Like, go to his channel and listen to some things, because I feel like his information is very, very biblical, and it just makes sense. It really makes sense, the amount of wisdom that he has. And also take the time to study the book of Proverbs. It could be just one verse at a time, it could be just one chapter at a time, and it could be like the whole month you just study that one chapter. Just take that time. And I know there's 31 chapters in there, but there's a lot of information in that book, the book of Proverbs, a lot. And it's really, really good. Just take the time to study. Make this year a year of studying the Bible. With all these other resolutions you have, you will be able to acquire those and then some with the Lord if you take the time to study the Word. And who knows, he may say, like, that resolution you have there, that's not it for you. This is what you need to be doing. And actually be obedient to that. Okay. So that's my little spiel message. It's been a little bit longer than I thought it would be, but I hope this bless you. If you really enjoy it, please take the time to comment, like, subscribe, and share. Sharing is caring. All right, bye until next time.